Thanks so much for coming out. This is important, time in our culture and history as Taiwanese and Asian Americans. And as I said, we're going to be doing a quick Q&A with Brian, and then we're going to be doing a raffle for an autograph. So I'm just going to start off with two questions. So one thing that Brian has talked about is how do you tell a story about Japan that everyone already knows, and how do you communicate that to everyone already knows the story of Japan?
Well, first of all, thank you, Tap, for having me out today. Thank you guys so much for coming out and filling this theater. We've been doing amazing here in New York, and Tap is, I'm not even just saying this, you guys have been on a national level the best special interest group that we've connected with that has really been supporting us in all this too. So to answer your question, yes, Linsanity obviously was documented so well, during the frenzy. You pretty much had to be dead or living under a rock to not have heard about it, at least. And even if you weren't a sports fan, even if you weren't Asian American, even if you weren't any of these things that Jeremy identified with, it became certainly a global phenomenon. So I think it was really challenging for us because we were thrust with this responsibility suddenly of telling this story in a way that would kind of peel away the superficial layers of what everyone knew. Obviously that's part of the story, and we wanted to relive it again during the stretch of Linsanity that you saw, because it's exciting to see him hit game winners and dunk and destroy Kobe on that night in Madison Square Garden. But Jared was very reluctant to do this project initially. We pitched it to him when he was still a senior at Harvard, so it was actually something that was years in the making. And he didn't like the idea of having cameras following around. He wasn't like into this whole idea of Big Brother. Like he's just like a simple kid who wants to play basketball. But ultimately, I think that when he warmed up to the idea and he gave us the yes when he was already in Gold State, we together basically wanted to create his message, right? Tell it through his eyes, through his point of view. Because everything that you've seen out there, everything that fans have made, Sports Center runs, very like quick news, snippy type, 2 minutes type things that you'll get on YouTube or what have you. I mean, he does a lot of those silly videos. You don't really get to know him through his own voice, through his own stories, through his family members that are around him, through his coaches, through all the people that were so close to him growing up all along the way. So we really wanted to take the audience on that journey and have him, through his own authentic voice. When I say him, I mean everyone around him in his network along the way, to give you, the real story of Jeremy. And so, I think a lot of the stuff in there is stuff you could have found or read, but this was collectively put together comprehensively. We all, obviously, having been lucky and had the advantage of being there from the beginning, there were some things in there where, 2 days after Christmas when he's on his way to New York and he doesn't know what his future holds, or some moments at Harvard when it was actually unauthorized documentaries, he hadn't said yes yet. We were secretly taking some things. So there, I think I always say that the making of the movie is also interesting in and of itself as a story, and how we put together everything and what went into the process. So I think this is a culmination of years of effort, and just Jeremy's participation in it is equally as in terms of the amount of input. Like Evan is the storyteller, the director. He steers the ship, but we definitely consulted Jeremy on it, and he watched the film, and he was like, I like this. He didn't have too many negative comments, to be honest, but it was, we wanted to get his stamp of approval. So that's what we saw.
The other question that I have is real generally, how do you think being Asian American, being Taiwanese American, played a role in how Jeremy's career unfolded and where it might go once the season starts and this one?
Well, that's certainly part of his story, isn't it? Actually, for all of us, I think the fact that he got so much publicity in part because of the fact that he is Asian and he's doing something so unstereotypically, at the highest level of basketball, he sticks out like a sore thumb. He's not 7'6", you think of other Asian imports. He's very relatable in that he seems, I always say he's almost like, he's so ordinary. He's the most extraordinary ordinary person that you'll ever meet because he just he sucks at piano. He's really, he's a funny guy if you get to know him, but it's not like he's oozes charisma and is like this leading man and that kind of thing. He's like your brother, your lab partner, the guy in choir that never sang, that stood in the back, the student leader, politics, and probably read some of this stuff already, but for him to have done what he did, it's truly a miracle. And I think the fact that he is Taiwanese American and Asian American, that elevates him to the spotlight. It brings our community forward too. And we as filmmakers, it's very important that we get our stories heard. And so yes, his story is very interesting and it's an easier sell, so to speak. But what we hope this does, and this is a testament bringing the audience out here, is that our stories are commercial. They can be in the mainstream. And so every Jeremy Lin story that happens, every guy or girl who gets another opportunity because of Jeremy's story, that will move us in the right direction in terms of moving the needle. So his story that hasn't ended. He's certainly got a huge, long career ahead of him, and whether that's on the basketball court or not, I think he's already proven himself to be able to handle anything. He always talks about life after basketball already, what he wants to do. I think that obviously he still has a very exciting, good amount of career left on the basketball court. So I think this next season is going to be, now that they've signed Dwight Howard, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens there. But they're, from all indications, they're starting to gel already in practice. They've done some off-season workouts together. Everyone's really excited, and I think it's good for him to be in Houston because it gets him away from the intense spotlight of being in this media market here. So a lot of people think, Linsanity is went away or what have you. Well, he couldn't sustain 38 points a game for his career, right? That's just not possible. But now he's in a place where it's like he doesn't have to be under the intense scrutiny all the time by everyone. And they put together some good elements. So I'm excited for his career for this season. And I think now he's got a good cast around him. I mean, it's just going to continue to propel again our community forward. I think so. I hear a lot of people who are really like, my kids, I'm putting them in basketball camps, letting them do like things that they want to do because I think Jeremy Lin's story transcends sport and it helps, the ultimate underdog who goes against the grain in every facet and succeeding like this. So whether you're an athlete, a politician, a teacher, an entrepreneur, anyone who's down on his luck or struggling or just fighting the enormous odds, you can take a piece of that Jeremy's story with you and put that into your own life. So certainly for us as a community, I think it's really important to also support one another. So supporting us by coming to see the film and telling your friends hopefully that you liked it and keep this momentum going. That's going to only help us as a group too. So this is very specific to basketball and filmmaking, but I think media is such a powerful tool. So the more that our stories get told in media, I think the more understanding and discussions and things of that nature start happening, and it only helps us as a whole. So again, please tell your friends and all the social media tagging and hashtagging at Linsanity movie. Very, very important for us to get the word out.